Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and Gene Simmons, issue number 4. Oh, it says it's the whole band, but it's not. Anyway, Kiss issue number 4, coming at you at a Dynamite Comics. I love that I got the cover C, where it's the instead of the X Babies or the Baby Marvel guys or the little Bat Mites, whatever. This is the Baby Kiss characters. I like this, and I know they already got a lineup for the next thing they're going to do with Kiss. But what about the one after that? Can I make that recommendation? The Kiss Babies. So that story just writes itself, damn it. Anyway, we got Kiss, Blood and Stardust, writer Brian Hill, artist Rodney Buscemi, colors Adriano Augusto, and letterer Troy Pateri. All right, a whole bunch of people doing the covers. Please go and check out the people who made the covers because boom. And I did actually show this one, so art and then color by Maria Senapo and Cici de la Cruz. So, what do you call it? What is the girl's name? Alicia. Alicia is the backdrop of this, and Gene Simmons top with Ace Frehley bottom is the protagonist in this. Lilith is in the background just basically narrating in multiple different forms, either through speech bubbles or narrator boxes. It's all Lilith talking for the most part. And, it's all four of the Kiss members, but rolled up into one, but they all look like Gene Simmons with Ace Frehley's pants. I didn't notice the boots. Was it the Spaceman boots? Can't tell. I just don't remember. Anyway, so that's all that really... There's just a big fight and Lilith explaining things to Alicia. This may seem like, oh, this is boring as hell. Not quite. The fight was boring. Oh, it was great seeing all the combat that they were doing. That was actually pretty cool. And later on, they actually start using the individual powers of each of the characters. It's like, oh, Peter Criss can scratch people in the face. That was a little bit annoying, but at least not Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley should definitely have a lot more. I could think of several powers that this dude should have. And all you got to do is see the God of Thunder solo that he does. It's not even much of a solo, but you get what I'm saying. That is not an expression of his great skills. Cold Gin, perhaps, but no, not God of Thunder. But that's the one where the smoke comes out of his guitar and he can fly across the stage and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Dude can have guitars just attacking people and smoke screens and all sorts of powers. But no, we don't do that. And Star Child, of course. This dude, he's got spider sense for crying out loud. Anyhow, so eventually they kind of use their powers and then wind up splitting. Voltron splits apart. And they're all a bunch, then there are 4 weaker, useless individuals who are getting their butts handed to them. Which is, fine. Because, again, it's really only Gene Simmons who talked in this at all. If he even got any lines. I think he said, 1 or 2 statements. Doesn't matter. But I still said the comic book is good, right? Kiss, this wasn't a Kiss issue. How is this good? Well, because we got true Lilith. And when I say that, I mean, we got probably the ultimate description of Lilith, the ultimate expression of Lilith. Quick snowflake war. I know there's just so many damn snowflakes reading comic books, but if you've actually got, a freaking gut on you with it, and I don't mean, whatever, if you've actually got a freaking pair of balls, proverbially or literally, then you'll understand that Lilith is the ultimate expression of a feminist, okay? Feminist meaning, I am not going to do what you say just because you're a guy. I'm not going to live up to your standards. I'm not going to do what you say or want. Do men do what women say just because they say? No, they do not. Okay, so I know that there's the idea of toxic femininity, and yes, that 100% exists. The whole feminazi thing, that's just a cute way of insulting people, and if you got to start insulting people, then you've kind of already lost the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Now it just becomes a poke fest for people who are actually trying to fight for survival or freedom or rights or whatever. I'm sure you'd have been really great in the slave auctions, right? So I look at it this way. This is Lilith expressing herself the way that she was meant to express herself. This is half the group is going to call them demons and devils and witches and stuff like that. But they themselves, the true feminists, the true Lilith followers, so to speak, they're like, no, we just don't want you to tell us what to do anymore. No, we just don't want to live in this traditional, and traditional made by you. We don't want to live in this created artificial society that you've invented where you get to do whatever and we get to do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help but to give credit where credit is due. Because a lot of times, people want to say, oh, feminism, Lilith. It's like, oh, well, see, because you're bound by this extremely patriarchal ideal of what religion is, whether it's Judaism or, in many ways worse, Catholicism. Spoken as a baptized Catholic. So, it's a hell of a thing, man. It's a hell of a thing. But if you actually want to know what Lilith is, and you actually want to know what feminism is meant to be, Gloria Steinem, what she originally meant for it to freaking well be, this comic book is a really good explanation of that. The end of this comic book, Ziggy Stardust, I know it's not really his name, but, it's so funny. I had yesterday in my hands, I had a fairly mint copy wrapped in everything of the Ziggy Stardust album. I'm like, oh, do I want to pay $35 for this? And it's an actual LP, the big fat LP. I'm just like, oh, God, what I would do for this. I'm like, no, but $35 is not one of them. I just can't see putting it, like, look at all the stuff I got in here. Look at all the stuff I got in my room. And this is just one wall you're seeing, all right? No. So anyway, low rent Ziggy Stardust is talking, and then he's talking about three angels who want revenge. Oh, now you sure as hell got my attention. Like, Gene Simmons went and grabbed that Varn-looking demon vampire thing by the throat with his tongue, and all of a sudden I'm checking to see if my neck is wet because, like, I feel the exact same way. All of a sudden I'm captured. I'm just like, whoa! Because if you know the story of Lilith, there were three angels who were sent to bring her back to the garden when she left Adam and said, you will treat me as an equal or F you. And he's like, no, I'm the guy. So, like, and she's like, yeah, finish talking yourself. Maybe it'll be, oh shit, what do I always say? Maybe it'll be therapeutic. Finish your statement. I'll leave, but maybe it'll be therapeutic for yourself. So she leaves, and three angels are sent by God who, they go to retrieve her, and she's like, yeah, no. And it's like, okay, we're going to kill 100 of your babies per day. If she was capable of putting out 1,000 babies per day, per night. And they're like, yeah, by the time the day comes, we'll have killed 100 of them per day. And she's like, nah, not my babies. Taking 10%. They're taking 10%. That's called decimation, by the way. That's what the real term decimation means. I will take 10% of your lives. Your soldiers came from the Roman Imperial legions. So, what do you call it? Anyways, those three angels, that's the only thing I can imagine this would be. Now, their revenge. They're looking for revenge. That's interesting. Because according to the stories of Lilith, they're angels. You can't beat angels, unless you're a fallen angel, in which case. But yeah, why would angels need revenge? But apparently, according to the writer, Brian Hill, something must have happened to those angels. If I'm playing in the same ballpark, I could be just completely looking at this and going, yeah, and Brian Hill's over here like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'd be a little bit embarrassed. Actually, I don't really get embarrassed too often. But the point is, unless somebody sees me talking to myself and they interrupt the thought, and all of a sudden it's like, are you talking to yourself? Why'd you leave me alone, man? You just interrupted my thought and I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, aside from that, that just happened like a couple days ago. So I'm imagining it's going to be those three angels, which could really take this to the next level, which is actually really cool, I don't know how many people are still reviewing this comic book. I don't know how many people even started to review the first issue. It was at least off the second, because Kiss comic books, in general, don't really sell that great. It's just a bunch of collectors that it goes to, and they usually plan for that, That being said, plus it would probably cost me like $1,000 to get any of these guys to freaking autograph the damn thing. But not the point. The idea is that I feel like the book is actually going to another level, which is actually really cool. I remember seeing that this is only going to a certain number of numbers, and I don't remember what it's going to be. Like, is next issue the final issue? Is number 6 the last issue? I actually thought this was supposed to be the last issue, but oh no, it's continuing. And it's got to finish with this because somebody else is taking on the next story, actually a crowd favorite, mind you. But nonetheless, go seriously, just go and look all that good stuff up, because I don't want to just spoil anything else. But I think that the next issue is going to be pretty slamming. I hope. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.